Hello and welcome back to the Bielsa Stand, and what a match we've got tomorrow at Ellen Road. Leeds United versus Southampton. This match will determine whether Leeds United get automatic promotion or if Leeds United will have to fight through the playoffs to get promotion back to the Premier League after a season in the Championship. So let's go over Daniel Farke's press conference, let's go over the league table, let's go over the relegation battle and so on and so forth. So first off, let's talk about Daniel Farke's press conference. He sat down in front of the media yesterday, and basically the key lines from the conference was that Daniel James is out for this match. He's injured. Connor Roberts is out, and Patrick Bamford are looking like he'll be out with major doubts. So we probably won't see Connor Roberts or Patrick Bamford tomorrow. However, Daniel James won't feature in the squad. Now, on supporting the players after the recent dip they've had in the last few weeks, because let's be honest, they lost 4-0 against QPR, the worst match of the season for Leeds. It's something about QPR. We never do well down there at Loftus Road. So, you know what? We need to bounce back. We haven't done well since the international break. I think we've only won once against Middlesbrough, and that was 4-3, and that was a close match. So, yeah, he said, listen, when he signed his contract 11 months ago, it was something to create something special. His aim was to bring the club in the Premier League, not just for one season, but he wanted to be established and they reached their full potential. And to be honest with you, he's done well, Farke, this season. I mean, I said at the beginning of the season, we'd be fortunate to get top 6, and if it was any other season, we would have got automatics. But because Ipswich and Leicester have done very well and got the points tally as they have done so far, we've just been unlucky regarding that aspect. So, you know what? Daniel Farke, from the beginning of the season, because we were in the pits, you have to remember, our squad was awful and all this kind of stuff. We had loaned basically half our team out. But you know what? He's done well. He came in. Obviously, we started the season a bit rough, but since then we've done well. So you know what? Even if we don't get promoted, he deserves credit, and I expect him to be manager next season. I think the 49ers came out this week, or the news article came out this week, that he'll be manager no matter what, even if we are in the Championship next season. So no matter what division we're in, he's sticking around for at least till September. So yeah, Daniel Farke, as I say, done a great job. So regarding his thought on returning to the top flight and looking unlikely, he says, I would have said no chance of promotion privately in September. So when he walked through the doors, he didn't think Leeds United had a chance of getting promoted. And to be in this position is pretty good. He says, as a team, we didn't buy success. I know it's more likely when you have experience. Yeah, you know why Bayern is in the semis of the Champions League, because they are experienced. Same with Madrid. They know you need experience. We are the youngest side in the whole league. And I think this is a thing about why he kept Cooper this season, because of that experience. Why he kept Dallas, because of the backroom experience. He can help the lads on the training pitch. That's why we kept Luke Ayling till January and all these older players, because they've been in the Championship and they've been promoted through this league before. So I think that's been key for Daniel Farke this season. Now, he says, is this team ready to bounce back from the 4-0 defeat against QPR? He says, Friday were far away from our best. We have to be more clinical. Players were honest, but don't forget about the bigger picture of the lads have done the whole season. So yes, he's basically saying it's a blip, but throughout the season, the lads have done well, which, you know what's fair enough. And then he says, how much does the performance against Southampton matter? He says, this is basically like a playoff game. His side can rewrite history and win the playoffs. He's not in a depressed mood. He is positive. He is optimistic coming into this game. So, yeah, he even says he's excited for the playoffs. So, I mean, I think he's bringing out that positive energy for the lads and for the fans, and having this positive look out to the playoffs, which is something different, because Leeds United fans are probably quite negative about the playoffs because of our previous experiences in League One and the Championship. Remember when we were against Watford in the playoffs final at Cardiff where we lost 3-0. Remember in the League One playoffs where we kept losing. Remember even in the Championship playoffs last time round against Derby County. Yes, we won that first match, but then when Derby came to Ellen Road, Frank Lampard's team beat Leeds United's Marcelo Bielsa's team. So, I mean, we haven't had much luck in the playoffs in our history, but Daniel Farke's, I think, wanting to change that. I think he's thinking positive. He thinks we're probably one of the favourites if we do get the playoffs, because there is a chance of us getting automatics. So let's talk about the league table for a second. Leeds United are third. We are on 90 points, and if it was any other season, as I say, we would have got automatics. But yeah, it just so happens this season we are third with 90 points. Ipswich Town are second. Now, there is a chance that we get automatics if Ipswich Town lose against Huddersfield, which is very unlikely because Huddersfield are basically relegated. They've been having a poor season. So if Ipswich somehow lose and we win against Southampton, we go up. Now, if Leeds United even win and Ipswich draw, Ipswich go up. So, I mean, look, the last 3 seasons, it's gone to the last day of the season regarding either staying up in the Premier League. So 2 years ago, that Brentford game was the last day of the season. We managed to stay up. The last season was against Spurs. Obviously, it was very unlikely, even if we won against Spurs, that we would have stayed up. And even if we won, I think we would have still gone down. And then this season, it comes down to this game. And Southampton are fourth, but they have had some bad form coming into this game. They've lost their last 3 games. And really, Southampton were doing well before these last 3 games. They could have easily got automatics if they kept on having a good form. I think they would have potentially been third, overtaking Leeds or whatever. But yeah, Southampton will want to finish the campaign off well to have that momentum going into the playoffs. Norwich City are currently 5th behind them on 73 points, with West Brom being 6th. Now, I want to quickly talk about Leicester. They are champions. They obviously got promoted when Leeds United lost against QPR. However, this week, they've really shown themselves up. They've really shown that they're actually a small club because they're more bothered about us as a club, Leeds United, rather than them getting promoted. When they get promoted, they're singing I Predict a Riot and all this kind of things about Leeds United. And it's like, why are you focusing on us? You've just been promoted to the Premier League and you're focusing on Leeds United and stuff like this. It's small club mentality, and it shows that they're a small club. Yes, they've won the league. Yes, they've won the FA Cup and the Premier League. But let's be honest, the Premier League was a fluke. That's never going to happen again. The FA Cup, yeah, okay, they did well, but any team can win the FA Cup. So for them to be more focused on Leeds United rather than being promoted, come on, sort yourselves out. Yeah, so 5th it's Norwich City, West Brom are 6th. So it's going to be interesting who we're going to be facing if we do get the playoffs, because it is likely to be West Brom. However, they've lost their last 3 games. Hull City can get into 6th place, I think, because there is 2 points between them now. If we're against West Brom, we'll be against Carlos Corberan. So that'd be interesting. If we're against Hull City, it's a Yorkshire derby. And then if we're against Norwich, because I think Norwich could finish 6th, it's obviously Daniel Farke against his old club. So I think whatever the team we face in the playoffs, if it happens, it's going to be quite interesting. Now let's talk about bottom of the league. Rotherham are relegated. They had a poor season, 24 points from 45 games, 4 wins. Huddersfield are more or less down because of goal difference, so Ipswich will probably have an easy win, and it's at their stadium at Ipswich. So, I mean, Huddersfield are down. Birmingham City somehow started very well. They obviously hired Wayne Rooney. It's gone downhill. They're in the relegation zone, just a point behind Plymouth, though. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday are 20th. From 45 points. They've not lost in their last 5 games. They're on 50 points. And the thing about Sheffield, you have to give credit to them. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I think they were favourites to go down. They hardly had any players and all this kind of stuff. So for them to somehow survive this campaign, fair enough to Sheffield. It shows what the manager's done. I don't even know how many managers or who the manager is at the moment. But yeah, I mean, Sheffield Wednesday are staying in the Championship for another season now. let's talk about this game against Leeds versus Southampton. Leeds United are actually favourites for winning this game. 61% to win. 20% for a draw, then 17% for Southampton to win. Obviously, two relegated sides last season. Now, it's going to be interesting about who goes up, because if it is Ipswich, that means potentially one or two of the teams that got relegated last season from the Prem won't go back up to the Prem. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. But, yeah, Leeds have won their last 8 of their 13 home matches against Southampton. So we've got a good record. Southampton are looking to complete a league double for the first time in over 10 years. And when they did do the league double, Nigel Atkins was actually the manager. So obviously when we played against Southampton at their stadium, they won against Leeds United. Leeds have won their final league game of the season in the 4 of the last 6 seasons. Obviously, they lost against Spurs, but they haven't they haven't ended the season with a defeat since the years 2005. 2 seasons with defeats since the years 2005 to 2006 and 2006-2007. Now, outside the Premier League this century, Southampton have won their last league match of the season in 6 of their last 7 seasons. Leeds have lost 3 of their last 5 league games, as many as they had in their previous 27 games. So, yeah, as I say, Leeds United have been out of form since the international break, but Leeds United are favourite. My lineup for this will probably be Meslier in net. We'll see the likes of Archie Gray, right back, Ampadu and Rodon centre-back pairing. Left-back we'll see Firpo. I think Firpo's fit. Midfield we'll probably see Gruev and Kamara. Then the attacking options we'll see the likes of Matthew Joseph might get a start with Patrick being injured. Rutter, Nonto and Somerville, who was voted Championship Player of the Season. I don't think Perot's going to be starting. I think he's had quite a disappointing season to a lot of Leeds fans. He hasn't really been performing when he has started and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to go for that for a lineup. For a result, I'm going to go for 2-0 Leeds United. I do think we'll end this match with a win. I think who's going to be on the score sheet, Nonto and Somerville. I think Ipswich will win, so we'll get playoffs. I might do another video about my playoff predictions, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. What are your predictions? How do you think this season's played out so far? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.